Howdy all, welcome to the Adventures of Kendall. Today, we're heading back to Eastern Washington to meet up with the Morgan family again. This time, we're going to spend the day learning about wheat harvesting. It'll be a fun day and I can't wait to take you. So let's get going and learn about wheat harvesting. First order of business is learning about the history of wheat harvesting. Wheat has been a principal cereal crop since the 18th century, alongside the American farmer, which dates back to colonization of North America around that time. In 1830, it took 4 people and 2 oxen working 10 hours per day to produce 200 bushels of wheat. In 1895, it took 6 people and 36 horses pulling harvesters at 10 hours per day to produce 20,000 bushels of grain. In the 1930s, gas-powered combine machines, which combined both harvesting and threshing into one machine, can do the same task in 10 hours per day to produce the same amount of bushels. In 2009, a new model combine can cover 200 acres of wheat per day. And in 2019, a single combine can cover 30 acres per hour. In a 10-hour day, it would cover 300 acres. That would equal 2.7 million loaves of bread. And here's a diagram of a combine machine. As you can see, it takes a lot to not only pick up the wheat, but thresh it and have it prepared for shipment around the world. After the wheat is harvested, it is shipped out to large grain elevators by truck. Later, it is shipped out by rail to large flour mills. In the mills, the wheat will become the flour that will eventually become the bread that we'll pick up at our local grocery stores. Now that we have learned how wheat becomes bread, let's head out to Washington. I'm here in Steptoe, Washington, just outside the town of Colfax. Up the road is the Morgan family home. My Aunt Angie's family farms wheat, and we're going to check it out. To give some perspective, Whitman County produces 72 bushels per acre. That is higher than the national average, which is 50 bushels per acre. The Palouse River region produces 100 plus bushels per acre, and the Morgan family farm is in that region. Now that we have learned the history of wheat harvesting and why we are here in Washington, let's go to the Morgan family farm to see it in action. As usual, I travel in style. Now that we are here at the Morgan family farm, look how beautiful and rich the gold wheat is. Now before we explore this wheat field, let's ask John Morgan how wheat harvesting works.
It starts by a little bit of cultivating so you get a seed bed just like you would in your garden, except it's a little bigger scale. You get the seed bed, then you put a little fertilizer on, you might even do that in your garden, and plant the seed. The rest of it is up to the good Lord, and it sprouts that seed, it germinates, it sprouts, it comes up and produces heads.
Very interesting. What do you do after that? How do you transport it from point A to point B?
Okay, very good. It's harvested with the combine in the back, which dumps into a truck. The truck takes it to a local elevator. From the local elevator, it will go to Portland eventually, and from there it's shipped primarily to the Far East.
To become like noodles and stuff?
Yes, noodles, pasta, whatever.
That's very fascinating. So, what do you do here?
Well, I'm retired. My son does the farming, and now a grandson has come along to help with that. I'm kind of like spare parts. I get a chance now and then to move a truck or move a machine, and when they leave me alone, I play with my toys.
So what do you want people to know about this industry?
Just that it is a pretty basic industry to support society, in that we're producing food. And we like very much for people to know what it takes to produce the food they buy at the grocery store. I think that's good for us in our future, if more people know what it takes to produce the food they buy in the grocery store.
Very, very fascinating. Now with all that knowledge in our heads, let's join farmer Doug Morgan as he takes us on a combine ride throughout the fields. And believe me, it's going to be a fun ride. And there is the truck. Time for us to drop off our load into it and be ready for the grain to be shipped around the world. And there it goes, right into the truck. And at the start of the grain's journey from the wheat fields to the bread that we'll get at grocery stores around the world. But it looks like they're closing down for the night, and I wouldn't blame them. The grain will be shipped out tomorrow, and it will become the best bread you'll ever tasted. And the sun is getting low, so let's get back to our farm. Did you enjoy our time learning about wheat harvesting? I did, especially when you think about all the neat stuff that comes from wheat harvesting, including my personal favorite, these cimmerals. They are so good. And it was a great treat to learn about wheat harvesting, pun not intended. Anyway, I hope you're ready for something big next week, because we're going to see Union Pacific 40,014, a big boy steam locomotive. I'm excited, and I can't wait to share you this one-of-a-kind steam locomotive. Anyway, if you have a location you want us to go on, comment or email down below. We would love to see your suggestions, or say hi, because you're so nice. Also, subscribe and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We would love to see your faces. Anyway, that's all the time we have here on Adventures with Kendall. See you later, folks, and may your gifts bless the world.